I am 97 years old. I am finally dying, and I am not afraid. It is actually a relief. But before I go, I need to tell you what this life cost me. I spent 72 years giving my time, my money, and my heart to people who never gave anything back. Even family, the people I loved. One of them was my own brother. The other was my own son. And what he did 2 winters ago, I still cannot believe. So I am going to tell you 6 mistakes I made. 6 mistakes that stole decades from my life. You know, understanding even one of these mistakes could save you 30 years of regret. Listen closely. Here's the first one. Blood does not mean loyalty. They tell you family is everything, that blood is thicker than water, that you should always stand by your own no matter what. Sounds noble. But what I learned is that blood does not mean loyalty. Sometimes, family will drain you faster than strangers ever could. Strangers have to earn your trust. Family assumes it. And that very assumption creates entitlement and exploitation. They will use it until you are completely empty. My brother Raymond borrowed $16,500 in 1981. At the time, I was struggling to raise a family. I had to work exhausting double shifts. 43 years later, he couldn't drive 50 minutes to see my dying wife. He never paid back a single cent. Family is not a magic word that turns selfishness into love. Second mistake. Generosity without boundaries is self-destruction. I was a giver my whole life. If someone needed money, I gave it. If someone needed time, I made it. If someone needed peace, I was willing to hand them mine. But do you know what I taught them? That my needs always came last. Every dollar I gave without being paid back. Every problem I fixed without a thank you. Every sacrifice made in silence. I was silently telling them that I could take it, that I would keep giving, that I did not need respect. Every time I gave unconditionally, I taught them that I had no boundaries. Look back at Raymond. When times were tough, he came to borrow. When he became well off, he disappeared. When I was old and weak, he acted cold and indifferent. That was not kindness. That was self-erasure. Third mistake. Silence is permission. When I was taken advantage of, I stayed silent. When debts went unpaid, I didn't ask for the money. When betrayed, I swallowed it. When disrespected, I just smiled it off. I used to think I was doing the noble thing. I wanted to keep the peace and be the bigger person. I didn't want to cause any drama. But I was wrong. Silence does not preserve peace. Silence actually trains people. It tells them exactly how far they can go. Every time you smile through disrespect, you are teaching people how to treat you. My sister Evelyn taught me this lesson. I paid the dental bills for her child. I paid to replace her furnace in the middle of a freezing winter. I covered the entire cost of her husband's funeral. Yet at a family gathering, I heard Evelyn telling our relatives that I was difficult. She said I was hard to be around and controlling. This had been going on for years. The biggest mistake was that I never confronted her, not even once. So, she never stopped. I gave her 28 years of silence, and she used every single one of them. Fourth mistake. Some people don't want help. They want to be carried. It took me most of my life to understand this. A hand up asks for effort. Being carried asks for nothing. Some people are truly falling. They just need you to give them a hand up. But some people don't want to stand up at all. They just want others to continue carrying their lives. They want you to keep solving every problem. They want you to keep paying the price for them. This still cuts deep into my heart. It is about my own son, Daniel. Over 24 years, he always had an emergency. He always repeated the familiar words. Just this once, Dad. I will pay you back. I am almost back on my feet. My wife used to whisper, "He is your son." So I kept writing the checks. 2 winters ago, I was sitting alone. I was scrolling through Facebook and my heart stopped. I saw Daniel standing on the deck of a ship. Behind him were majestic cliffs and cold blue water. He was smiling brightly on a Norway fjord cruise. Meanwhile, he still owed me $46,000, and he had not called me in 11 months. My son could afford Norway. He could not afford 5 minutes for his father. I carried that boy for 40 years. He never learned to stand because I never stopped holding him up. Fifth mistake. You can love someone and still choose to walk away. They tell you leaving means betrayal, that real love stays no matter what. I believed that for far too long. The truth is, some people do not want your love. They just want your labor. They want your money. They want your availability. They want to use you. Staying is not loyalty. Staying is loss. You can love your brother but firmly refuse to fund his failures. You can love your sister but refuse to be poisoned any longer. You can love your son but you cannot carry his life forever. Walking away is not hate. Sometimes, it is the last honest form of self-respect. Sixth mistake. I spent too much time on the takers and overlooked the ones who stayed. This final mistake hurts the most. I spent so much time chasing the people who drained me. I nearly overlooked the one who never asked for anything. The takers are loud. They always demand, but the givers are quiet. They simply show up. That is my daughter, Eleanor. For 63 years, she never asked for a single cent. She drove 3 hours every weekend for 10 months straight. She held her mother's hand. She changed every bedsheet. She sat next to me in the hospital. She did not post it online. She did not complain. She still calls every Sunday just to talk. I gave decades to the people who used me. I should have given those years to the daughter who truly loved me. Here is what dying taught me that living never did. When time runs out, excuses disappear. Someday becomes never. People become exactly who they are. There is no more maybe next year. No more defending that they mean well. No more excuses that family is complicated. There is only who takes and who gives. Who stays and who disappears. Raymond did not deserve the years I worked double shifts. Evelyn did not deserve almost 3 decades of my silence. Daniel certainly did not deserve $46,000 or 40 years of being carried on my back. The biggest tragedy is not that people hurt you. The real tragedy is the number of years you hand them to do it. Do not smile when you are disrespected. Do not keep feeding ingratitude. Do not call it family if it is just exploitation. And please do not overlook the ones who truly stay by your side. The people who truly love you will not need to empty you to stay close to you. I threw away 72 years on people who only came when I had something to offer. Do not make the same mistake with your life. I am 97 years old. This is the clearest thing I have ever known in my life. The people who deserve you will stay. Let the rest go.